Hi everybody, I'm Liz. We're going to do a 20-minute Pilates Fusion class. I'm going to make sure I keep track of the time. You're going to need your box. You're going to need a set of weights, either 8s and 5s, or if you want to just do some 5s to go a little bit lighter to start. I'm going to not start with the box and just bring that to the floor to begin with. I have a balanced body reformer, the Allegro 2, so my springs, the red is heavy, the blue is medium, the yellow is light. We're going to start with just one light, one heavy. So one red, one blue for me. Standing up nice and tall, take that foot flush to the shoulder block. We're going to lunge down, we're going to keep that knee elevated off the mat. We're just going to do some sprinter arms to start with. So we're going to go down and up. Get the leg moving. Don't crash your carriage like I just did. I got a little bit too excited. A little bit too excited. I was like, I gotta hurry. 2 more times. Taking it down and up. 1 more there. Good. I'm going to come on over, reach and grab one of those 8-pound weights. So I'm going to lunge down, give myself a little bit of support with that left hand, just so I'm not doing a forward hinge without any support. Since it's just 8 pounds, I really don't need it, but I like to use it. 4 more here. 4, come on up. Last 3, 2 more times. Elbow going straight back, bicep parallel to the floor. And 1. Beautiful. I'm going to bring that weight over with me. Leave it on the carriage to start, just so I can start moving without it to begin with. Flush, knees off the mat. So it's like an elevated knees lunge, right? Instead of that beautiful hip flexor stretch that we get a little bit of that, but we get some burny quads to go with it. As I lunge and lift. 2 more times like that. 1 more here, we're gonna go ahead and pick up that weight with the hand on, and I come down and grow when I'm nice and low. So the hand comes forward, I hinge on that diagonal. Just repeating what we did on the first side. Good, we got 4 more here. In 3. Last 2, open up that chest 1 more time. Good, let's put that weight down. Kind of amazing how it gets right to your quads. All right, let's go ahead and take off that 1 medium spring. I'm left with 1 heavy. I'm going to kneel on top of the carriage, right? Kneeling is always a little precarious, so if you haven't done this before, take your knees flush to the shoulder blocks. You're good to go. I have my straps measured up, short loops to the shoulder blocks. Here, I'm going to take my hands through, so it's over the top of my hand. My toes in the back, that's my little safety hook right there, right? Just so I know, I got to keep my abs connected, lift up really tall, draw the arms up. Definitely a stability exercise, as well as a shoulder and back exercise. If it feels a little bit heavy, don't over pull it. I want you to be able to actually complete the move with form. So just take that down a spring, maybe do a medium and a light if you've got the option, or just doing 1 medium. 4 more here, keeping your head up high and lower. Last 3, 2 more times. 1 more here. Beautiful, good. Let's just take the hands back. I'm going to prep the triceps here. Make sure this is an okay spring for me to use. My hands are just going to be palms up, going to the rear of the machine with that slight hinge forward. Should feel pretty light, which I want it to. You're going to hang up that right strap. I'm going to go get either that 5-pound or 8-pound weight. We're going to put that behind our leg for our glutes. So if you haven't done that before, maybe just start with a 5. I'm going to start with my knees right underneath my hips, my hands on the shoulder block, and then that left arm is going to just extend back. Right? Once again, it's 1 arm now. So if it was heavy before, you want to adjust that to a blue spring. I'm going to lift that leg up once I feel like I've got my stability, doing a little rear delt tricep and a little glute on the other leg. Keep that heel close to your glute so you don't get hooked on that foot bar. Of course, if that's in your way, you can always drop it down. Right on the fringe of leg length to be okay. 1 more time here. Beautiful. Now let's just hold that up there. Hold it, and I'm going to pulse that leg up for 8 and 7. Last 6, 5 and 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lovely. And switch sides. Right, start with the knee down. Don't lift the leg up right away. It's never great when you're doing that point the dog, bird dog. without giving it a little bit of a test first. You don't want to jump into that. It's like jumping into a cold plunge. No thanks. Take that arm to the side of that carriage and back. Right? Make sure you've got that great range of motion, you're in alignment, chest is open. Once you feel like you have some stability, you're gonna lift that opposing leg up and down. 8 times simultaneously, always keeping that cord tight, right? Biggest no-no in my class is making that cord look like you're gonna start a lawnmower. They do not need to be started like that anymore. One more time, we're gonna hold it up here and now pulse that leg up for 8 and 7, last 6, 5 and 4, 3, 2 and 1. Love it. All right, bring it in. We're gonna go get our box. So I'm gonna take that weight out, just put it off to the side for a moment. I'm gonna pick up my 5s, go with something a little bit lighter, because you are doing some lunge work, so that's your unstable part right there. I'm gonna put it in front of the shoulder blocks, unless you have super long legs and you need to go over the blocks. Just make sure your box doesn't go anywhere, right? Not all the boxes that we have will stay against, and I don't want you to try something and go zipping away from me. Okay, take that left foot forward. I'm gonna like alternate, I always start right. And you're gonna take that right heel, like that Barbie 3-inch heel. My front left shin is gonna be connected to that foot bar at all times. Front rack the weights. I'm just gonna low lunge back, lift the arms up. We're gonna go down and up 8 times. Head is up high, right? You shouldn't be seeing what's going on the floor. Don't need to go there. Straight up in that neutral position. Good. 2 more times. 90 degrees to that front leg. I'm trying to lower that glute down, and we are going to go ahead after this last 8th. Stay down there, bend the knee, extend the triceps now up as I just draw that right knee in towards the foot bar. 8 times. My left glute is trying to be level with my left knee. 4 more. In 3, hopefully it's close. 2, 1 more time. Beautiful. Good. Other side. Just because we're instructors doesn't mean we turn away and we look towards the camera always when there's something unstable going on. I won't be an instructor for too long if I do that all the time. Take your hands up. We're going to lunge down and lift, right? You need a couple of reps without the arms. Take them. I feel pretty good from that other side warming up. Something about like when you go from that right side to left side, your body just wants to work in tandem together a little bit easier. Good. 2 more times. 1 more here. If it feels like it's too fast, go ahead and put on a light spring with the medium. I'm going to go ahead and draw that knee and extend the triceps. Right? You can go up to one heavy spring on this exercise and still basically be doing the same thing that we're doing. 4 more. In 3. Last 2. And 1. Beautiful. Bring them to the front. Draw it in. Let's exit the reformer. I'm going to put my weights down. We don't need them for the next exercise. Box is going to go over the shoulder blocks. Spring is going to go 1 heavy on. We're going to do some side, what you normally do with short blocks with the strap, except we're not using the strap. I'm going to take my leg extended out. So as long as your toe can go underneath that foot bar and hook on, you can leave the blocks over the shoulder blocks. If you're shorter, you might have to bring it in front. I'm going to grab that belly with my right hand, come all the way over, and bring my arms up. So I'm going to do this beautiful long line, side lift, right? Working those obliques and my lats, getting ready any muscle top that may exist. Over, come on up, good. Now we're going to combo this out. So I'm going to reach over, I'm going to take my feet to the box, take my hand to the foot bar, and then extend out long the other way and push away. Sit myself down, right? Big deal, make sure that foot is hooked first. When you come up, shoulder should be behind the wrist diagonally, not over it. You shouldn't feel like you're heading into the wrist. If you do, You can put on another spring to give it a little bit more support, but just something light because you don't want to be pushing out super heavy. Over we go, sit it down, take that foot underneath, extend it out long. Take it to the foot bar, extend overhead, come on in, reach out, hook the foot first, super importante, and up one more time like that. We're gonna come over, good, now stay here, and I'm gonna thread that needle in, come underneath. If that's too much, you can bend the knees and do it this way. You don't have to do that super pike. Up we go, right? If you wanted to make that a little bit harder, you could step up to the box. I'm stepping up to the box. I've got some more height to go. That makes it just a heavier draw in, out in, right? But it's not that much different than the other way. It's a little bit heavier on your wrist, which you might not want to do. So pick your poison. Let's go 2 more. 1 more time. Really scoop up through that middle, all the way up to the ceiling. Good. I'm going to face it forward before I turn to the other direction. Bend my knees, sit back, and I'm going to extend the carriage out. Bend the knees in, keeping my knees parallel. Same thing, shoulders are behind the wrists, not over the wrists. Makes a big deal with how much you're using your core. You can keep your body weight back. Good, I'm going to do 3 more. Last 2. 1 more time. Awesome, come all the way in. And we're going to change to the other side. Heart rate should be up. I don't think it's just me. Take that foot underneath. Here we go. Bring that arm over, right? So a few of these to make sure you've got your alignment. Feels good. You're secure, right? We'll do 4 like that. And then we're going to reach that on over. Come on up. Take my feet flush to the box. Grab onto that foot bar and extend it out long. I'm okay with putting that thumb over your foot bar when you're doing side planks, right? When you're doing regular front planks, you should always have those thumbs with the rest of your fingers, but you don't want to constrict and take your shoulders and have them rotate inward. Over, you want to say hello to everybody? This is Wilbur. If you don't know him, he's quite the man. Come on over. Yeah. You want to tell me just so your friends Nico and Stella? We are quite the badass crew. 1 Couton, 2 lure, 1, what is Stella? Maltese, multi-poo, she is. All 6 pet, 8 pounds of her, and Wilbur's a hot knees. And down, right? Over you provided perfect timing for distraction. When we go to the other side, you already know what's going on, and you're just like, oh no, you gotta do it. This is your last one here. Reach out. Good, we're gonna stay up and we're gonna do that thread the needle. So I'm gonna extend my legs out, lift my arm up high. Either keep the knees bent or keep them nice and long, or step up to the top of the carriage. I'm gonna stay down right here in that middle ground right now. 4 more here. In 3, in, last 2. 1 more time. Beautiful, good. Turn it around to the front, just to close up that carriage. I'm gonna go ahead and lighten up my carriage here, and I'm gonna put it on 1 blue again. And I'm gonna take that red spring off. I'm gonna pick up my weights. I'm gonna grab the 5-pound weights because we're gonna do some rear delts. A little bit of a lighter muscle or lighter weight you wanna use for that muscle. I'm gonna face the back here. Box is just here for some support, right? So it makes it a little easier when we're lunging out. We're gonna go ahead and come on down. So I'm gonna take the hands down first, rear delt out, and then come on up, right? You gotta hold that position, 90 degrees in the lunge. Head is looking down now at the box, so you can keep that head, that neck in line with the rest of your vertebrae. Down, extend it out, draw it all the way. We're doing 8 here. Lower down, lift the arms up, right? It's that battle to hold that lunge in place. It's not that much of a heavy spring to give you anything, right? If it's too quick and you're shaking like a leaf, go ahead and add on a yellow with that. Same thing, right? Up to 1 red, up to 1 heavy. Ooh, I'm gonna say that 1 more time. Good, hold it here, and I'm gonna take that leg, bend it in, and I'm just gonna gorilla row here for 8 times. Up and down. 4, that's 5, 6, 7, left foot forward, right leg's back on the ball of your foot. Get your balance first, right? We're gonna take the weights down. We're gonna bring it out to the side and then bring it back up, right? I'm looking for a nice long line from my head to my heel. 90 degrees in that front leg, right? Second side might be a little bit more tired. We're already taxed it on the first side, right? So always take your time, be careful, right? If you gotta stop and hit pause, I'm not going anywhere. 4 more here. Down, up to the side, bring it back in. 3 more. Up, bring it on in. Last 2, lunge down, up. 1 more time, lower down, rear delts. Good, we're gonna stay right here, keep that back knee bent, 90 degrees front and back. Gorilla row it up for 8. That's 3, 4, in 5, 6, 7, and 8. Woo! All right, come on in. Weights are gonna go down. We're gonna go ahead and take this box and you're gonna put it, you probably have to take your straps off your loops, off your pegs, whatever you have, to hang this on the risers here, or next to the risers, right on the rails, right? So I want it to the back. If you have a sticky pad, you're gonna put it up on top, just so you have a little bit of grip. And we're gonna go ahead and take, I have that 1 medium spring on. This is a medium or light. It's a little bit tricky, right? So it's reverse knee stretches, they're my faves. So you're gonna take your forearms up. It's gonna feel like you're a little bit farther away than you think you ought to be. You're gonna just round that tailbone, tuck it under, right? So I'm gonna keep my back flat. I'm not using my upper body. I wanna drop that tail and find that contraction in my middle to low abs, right? Draw it in, exactly what I should feel when I'm doing these stretches facing forward. But it just gets a little bit more gritty when you do it this way. Good, I'm gonna do 8 in total like that. And then I'm gonna see if I can walk my feet back just a little more. Over, and the same thing, draw it in, a little bit more range of motion, and out. In, and out. Good, we got 4 more. It's just to remind you to breathe. In, 3, in, last 2, 1 more time. Beautiful, come on back. I'm just gonna grab the side of the carriage, slide myself back in, right, so I don't crash. Okay, box is coming off, we're almost there, everybody. I promised you 20 minutes. I'm looking at the clock. Sometimes not so great with time, but I don't know. We don't start early an hour. What time is it? Okay, we're gonna take our foot bar. I'm just gonna bring it down so it's not in my way. So I'm gonna lower this down. My hands are gonna go on top of the extension plate here or on top of the foot bar, right? Wherever you feel more comfortable. You can put that sticky pad, mat, something over this so it's a little bit softer on your hands. I'm gonna go ahead and take my feet, similar, right? These are your push-ups, which everybody loves. So we're gonna come back, we're gonna do from our knees first. You're gonna try to take your elbows straight back, like I'm gonna tap that toe to the bar, and then I'm gonna bring my knees in, right? If you feel like you can come down with that flat back, and that's easy, then you can go ahead and take it up to just your toes. But I know, push-ups are tricky, these are harder, elbows straight back, triceps are just the lish, right? It's the same thing as a chaturanga. So I'm gonna take my heels here, I'm gonna bend my knees in and out, and I'm gonna lower myself down and up. We're only doing 5. In and out, lower down, push up. Bend the knees, right? Draw that navel up. Push through your heels when you're in this push-up position. If you try to get your weight to the back, it takes all of that front load off. Woo, down and up. Awesome, and bring it on in. Okay, let's just finish you off. We're gonna go ahead and bring that foot bar back up. I'm gonna come to the front here so I don't. Sometimes that could be tricky. And I'm gonna get that sticky mat, and I'm gonna sit right to the middle of my carriage, right? Take it like on that 50-yard line. I'm gonna sit my tush there. We're gonna put on, let's do 1 red, 1 blue. So 1 heavy, 1 medium. Feet are going to be to the shoulder block. If you want a little bit more back support, you're going to take that ball and put it behind your back. I'm just going to move my little mic pack here so they don't sit on that. And I'm going to go halfway out. So halfway out here, I'm going to try to maintain that tension, and I'm going to roll back, tap the shoulder blocks, and then I'm going to curl myself up. And I'm going to roll back, tap them, and exhale, crunch and curl. If that's easy and manageable, I'm going to see if I can take my hands behind my head. Open up, tap those shoulder blocks, exhale up. It feels like they're further and further away from you. Like who's playing a trick on you from behind? Back, and then exhale up. Good. We're going to just do it 2 more times. Come on back. Exhale, lift. 1 more there. Come on back and up. Beautiful. Come on in. I'm going to take off that one medium spring. So I'm left with 1 heavy. I'm going to take my feet center, and I'm going to go ahead now, just extend that right leg and just crunch up and lower down. Lift and lower. So we're going to do a little 8 obliques on this side, 8 on the other side, and then it is stretchy time, everybody. Woo. 2 more times. In, 1 more here. Awesome. We're going to switch sides. Take that right hand behind the head. Here we go. We crunch in when we push out, and then we lengthen. Yep, so it's a little bit like a twisted lemon squeezer. 5, in, 6, 2 more times, 7, and 8. Oh. All right, just hold on to that footboard. If you can extend your legs, great. Drop your head down. If you need a little bit of length, you're going to put them to the extension plate in front of you or to the front of the carriage, whatever you have. You're going to drop that left heel, lift the right knee up, get that stretch to the Achilles, and then switch sides. Beautiful. I'm going to draw that carriage all the way in, move my legs off to the side like I'm sitting on a horse. And we're going to push back and stretch flat to the springs. Go ahead and scoop that tailbone under. Just bring the carriage in just a little bit. Round up like you're taking that pubic bone up towards your chin. And then release it out 1 more time. Go ahead and take that right hand center, left arm off, grab onto that leg, that right outside, and give yourself a twist to the right. And then the other side. Switch right. If you're low to the ground on here, you can do this just in that child's pose to get that shoulder and back rotation. Awesome. And then we're going to come all the way in. And we're going to call it quits. Hopefully I kept you to 20 minutes. Hopefully that was it. Hope you had a great workout. See you next time. Please leave me your thoughts, your needs, and what works for you. Peace out, everybody.